Hi, this is Ramu, Associate Professor, Department of CSC, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In today's class, we are going to see dynamic memory allocation functions. What is the purpose of dynamic memory allocation functions? See, up to now, you just use a pointers, right? You didn't allocate any memory. So what you are doing up to now? See, simply, you are going to create a variable int star p, right? And a equal to 2. And you're going to assign p equal to ampersand of a. But you didn't allocate any memory. I mean preoccupied memory. You didn't apply it, right? So for example, see, I'm going to show you a program. If the program is right, see, I have created one pointer variable here. Observe carefully. I created one pointer variable here. And I'm going to read the data from the input. If you print the output, see, what is the output it is going to print? Observe carefully. If I'm going to run this code, it is going to ask the data 10, right? If you press enter, it didn't print anything because here you just created a pointer variable, but you didn't allocate any memory. That is the reason it is going to hold your value. It is not going to hold your value. If you want to hold the value, you should allocate the memory. If you want to allocate the memory, you have 4 kinds of functions are available in C, right? Please note these. These are 4 kinds of functions are available. Those 4 functions we'll discuss today. See, the first one is the malloc. See, is the malloc. Malloc is the function. It is going to allocate the memory. The syntax of the malloc is, observe carefully, the syntax of the malloc is cast type. Which type of data you are going to assign? Is integer, float, or what kind of data you are going to store in the allocated memory? This is the cast type. And the malloc is a function, right? It's a number of bytes. You know, for example, if you want to store the 10 integer values, what is the size of integer? 4 bytes, right? You simply use 40 bytes. Or if you doesn't know what is the size of the data type means, you just use 10 into size of int. The both will be the same output, right? Because my system size is 10, 40. For example, here they have given an example. In this example, observe clearly, ptr of star pointer means I'm going to store the integer type. After that, observe carefully, malloc of 100 means now the ptr is a capable of storing the how many data items? 100 data items. Which type? Integer type. Yes or no? For example, observe clearly. In this given example, they are going to allocate the 20 size of data item. See, if you allocate the data, observe carefully, if you allocate the data, malloc of, what is the type? Integer type. I'm going to store the integer data. Int star malloc of how many bytes? 1 data item, right? Size of 4. That's all. Now, if you run this code, got it? That is the difference. Now you allocated the 4 bytes to this data item. For example, if you want to allocate 100 variables, just use the 100 into size of. Then if you run this code, then it is going to store 100 values, 100 integer values. Then increment p++, then you can store one more value. P++, you can allocate one more value like that. See, if you want to see the size of p. Size of p means, if you run this code, 8 bytes. See, pointer size is 4 bytes only. It is going to store the only 4 bytes. But each time, please note this, the p is capable of storing the 100 values. But the difference is, I'm going to show you the difference. If you use star p here, you didn't read any value, right? You didn't read any value, but if you run this code, it is going to show you what is some value, right? It is a garbage value. It is the garbage value. Because, so if you allocate here 100 means, how it is going to store the data means 100 bytes of data. 100 into 4, right? So total 400 bytes, it is allocated in a single block, right? This is the purpose of malloc. How malloc? See, I'm going to see one more function, that is a malloc. How this is the difference from the malloc? Observe carefully. In malloc, it contains two parts. First one is the how many data items. N is the number of data items you are going to assign. See, number of data items and elements. For example, here if you use a 25, means 25 items you are going to create, and size of float, 25 float variables you are going to create. That is the main difference in the malloc and malloc. See, in the malloc, if you assign like this, 5 means you are giving the 5 blocks separately. And by default value of this malloc is 0. Generally, in malloc, observe carefully, it is a single block. But here, it is going to give the 5 blocks. That is the main difference between the malloc and malloc. That's all. Both functions are used to allocate the memory. But if you allocate a malloc by using malloc, it is going to allocate the blocks. That is why by default value of malloc is C. You just use a, instead of M, just use a malloc and 100 comma size of int. So size of 4 means integer. You just use a int. That's all. Both are same. See, if you run this code, yes, by default value 0. Earlier you have seen garbage value, right? This time you are going to see 0. The reason is malloc is going to allocate the blocks wise. Each block is a 4 bytes. The compiler understood, yes, it is an integer, that is a 4 bytes. So by default value is 0. The main difference in the malloc and malloc is malloc value is going to give the 0 by default. Malloc value is going to take the by default value is a garbage value. It is a very, very important question in the interview point of view. Please note this point, right? And coming to the realloc. So malloc and malloc, both functions are used to allocate the memory. Reallocate means if you want to increase or decrease the memory. For example, if you allocate the 10 integer values, meanwhile in the middle of the program you need to increase the size of the integers to the values to the 10 to 100. Then simply what you need to do here, see ptr, what is the variable? For example, earlier what you did, ptr equal to, see here they have given an example. In this example, initially by using malloc, I have allocated the 5 variables. So this is the 20 bytes. After the reallocation, what I am going to do, I am going to increase the size of the values 5 to 10. So that time what I am going to do, the old pointer ptr 10 into size of means this size goes to 20 bytes. Means realloc is a function is going to use to reallocate the memory. Reallocate means that may be increase or decrease. Even if you want to 5 to 2 means instead of 5 you just use a 2. That means now the memory is going to shrink, right? Either increase or decrease by using reallocate function. That is the purpose of the reallocate. malloc is going to allocate the memory. malloc is also going to allocate the memory. But by default value of malloc is 0. Coming to the reallocate function is going to decrease or increase the memory. The function is realloc, right? And the final memory function is free. See, free is a memory, already you have seen. Free is a memory is going to deallocate your memory. For example, you allocated the memory here, right? After this, you just apply free of ptr. Free of ptr means the memory ptr is released. Means the memory whichever you allocated, it is going to release all the memory. It is going to release all the memory. That is the purpose of the free function, Right? Is this clear? We have 4 function. Please note these: malloc, calloc, right, and realloc and free. See, these two are allocating the memory, either increase or decrease, right? This is a function to release the memory. Interview point of view, very, very important. What are the dynamic memory allocation functions, right? And what is the difference in the malloc and calloc, right? What is the syntax of malloc? What is the syntax of calloc, right? And these are the questions are very, very important in the interview point of view. Try to concentrate, okay? Try to apply in the program also. Okay, thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.